Woo! Hey guys, hey guys and girls. Watching this video. I'm sorry that the review is kinda late compared to when I normally used to do it. Right now it's Sunday, 2:01 a.m. So this probably won't be uploaded till Sunday afternoon. And I like to have my SmackDown review. I normally used to do them on Fridays. Well, back then I used to do them on Saturdays, but Sundays. So hopefully, waiting 2 days won't be much of a wait for you. Hopefully, I like to post them as soon as I can. But this week I didn't have enough time. And normally I do TNA review and SmackDown review on Friday, but I only had time to do one. So since TNA had the most reviews, the most views last week, I chose TNA. But next Friday I will do SmackDown and TNA. Hopefully, if everything goes well, I will do both of them on Friday, TNA and SmackDown. This week I couldn't, so I chose the one with the most views, and that was TNA. So that's why this video is so late. So you have to forgive me for that. This was a good episode of SmackDown from Indianapolis, Indiana. Indianapolis, Indiana, or Indianapolis, Indiana. I don't know. It's for Indianapolis. My question, I remember when the show opened with the you know how the show opens before the fireworks with the video of all the superstars. Mark Henry should be returning soon. I want to say he may return at SummerSlam. If not, he should be returning soon. I know he was injured, and I think he was injured, but he's working his way back. So Mark Henry should be on his way back soon, very, very soon. And also the new stage. At first they were just using it on Raw, but now they're using it on SmackDown. I like the new stage. I like the lights. I just don't like how the way it's set up. I don't know if it's like the new stage, like this is my hand. Well, if this is my hand, this is the screen. Picture the WWE stage in your stage. The WWE logo is on this side. The curtain is right here where they come out, and this is the screen where everything is at. So this is the screen over here. This is the curtain where they come out. The WWE logo is over here. So they come out. They would come out through this way. I'm trying to point it in front of the camera. They would come out right here, but it's different. The side is over here. The screen where the graphics are over here, and they come out this way. It's kind of switched. I don't like that. It's kind of awkward almost. I just don't like the way it's set up. But the new stage is nice. I just wish they would have kept it the same way. But I like the new stage. But as a surprise, Vince McMahon opens the show. I didn't know he was going to open the show. I didn't know he was going to be there. It's nice to see Vince McMahon back in the ring. We've seen Stephanie. I'm still waiting for Shane to return. Haven't seen Shane since '09, so I'd like to see Shane come back also. But Vince opened the shows, and he comes out to announce the new SmackDown general manager, who is Booker T. He got a good reaction from the crowd. I don't know. It's nice to see Booker T working his way up the ladder, but I don't know. He was a good general manager. I ain't gonna lie, but he should have stayed ring announcer. They could have found somebody else to do it. Like, I would have liked to see Teddy Long continue. There was nothing wrong with Teddy Long. Skills. Even Teddy worked his way up the ladder. Back in 2001, Teddy Long used to be a referee, and he became a Raw general manager. I mean, the SmackDown general manager. So being a referee to general manager, that's a big step up the ladder. Booker T was a wrestler to a ring announcer to now general manager. I don't know. He should have stayed ring announcer. They could have chose Teddy Long. They could have chose Edge. They could have chose Vicky Guerrero. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, he could have stayed ring announcer. I liked him on the ring announcer. I liked how him and Michael Cole used to fight down there. Now we won't get that anymore. But I mean, I'm happy he has the job. I mean, I'm just saying he already had a job. Give it to somebody who needs it. Like Teddy Long. Teddy Long needs a job. Edge needs a job. I mean, he can't wrestle anymore, but it would still keep him near wrestling related stuff. He can't wrestle, but at least he would be able to be around it. But Booker T is general manager, so he's been good so far. I mean, this is his first day. I liked him as the SmackDown general manager. I'm just saying he already had a job. You know, give it to somebody who didn't have a job. But we had to see how this works out because we don't know how long it's going to last. But as long as Teddy has a job and Booker T has a job, I'm happy. It would be nice to see Edge come back though, but it is what it is. And then Del Rio interrupts Booker T while he's basically talking to the crowd, accepting his new job. Del Rio is sporting a new haircut, if you didn't know. And then Sheamus comes out and congratulates Booker T on becoming, you know, SmackDown GM. But after that, Booker T sets up a match for Sheamus versus Lord Tensai, whom I don't like at all. I said this in my other reviews. Check out my channel. I just don't like him. Like, why is he under contract? Bring back John Morrison. Really, bring back John Morrison. I just don't like him. I don't. It's because excuse me for the yawns. It's 2:08 a.m. so you have to excuse me for that. I just don't like him because they're trying to pass him off as somebody else. But we all know he's A-Train. Like I said in my last video, if he would have been back in the day, A-Train and Lord Tensai back in the day, that would have been good. But it doesn't work off because you can't be somebody then 10 years later come back and be somebody else. Like Mick Foley. Mick Foley was Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, and Dude Love all at the same time. He didn't start out as Mick Foley. 5 years later, he's Dude Love. And then 5 years later, again, he's Cactus Jack. He was all those at the same time. That's like The Undertaker coming back as a new superstar. Or Stone Cold coming back as a new superstar. It just doesn't work out. So he hasn't really. I don't like him. That's my opinion. I don't like him, Lord Tensai, at all. But it was a good first match. It was 12 minutes long, very physical match. Lord Tensai has improved on his skills. For the past couple of weeks, he hasn't really been there. But this match, he improved on his skills a lot. So I have to give him credit for that. And Sheamus was able to pull off the win with the bro kick, of course. It was a good first match to open the show. And then the video cuts backstage, and Eve is backstage in Booker T's office, basically sucking up because People Power didn't work. It's been a long time since People Power hasn't been. I forgot all about John Laurinaitis. What is he doing now? Is he retired or I don't know. But she's back there basically trying to get a job. I just don't like how they need to focus more on the Divas division. When was the last time we actually saw a Divas match, really? First they took Eve out of the Divas division. We don't have that many Divas to begin with. We have Alicia Fox, Beth Phoenix, Natalya, Layla, AJ. Am I forgetting anybody? Maybe like 6 or 7. We don't have that many to begin with. Whatever happened to that French girl with the blonde hair? Uh, that French girl who had the white blondish hair. What was her name? I can't remember it. Uh, I can't. It'll probably come back to me. It was that French girl. I know. I forgot her name. She was in WWE like 2 years ago. Natalia, bro. I can picture it in my mind. I just don't know who she is. I don't know who. The name is not popping. I can see her face in my mind. I just don't know what it is. That French girl who had the blonde hair. She was a diva. Natalia, bro. I don't know. It'll come back to me. And Teddy Long makes. I mean, Booker T makes Teddy Long his senior advisor. So we will see Teddy on SmackDown more and more. He isn't the general manager, but he's Booker T's senior advisor, so at least he has a job. And then Antonio, accompanied by Alexander versus Santino. Antonio, he was dominant during the match, and it was only 3 minutes long, but he won. I don't know what's going. I used to like Santino, but I don't like him as much. He's been on a losing streak for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and he's the United States champion. He's been losing for the past 2 or 3 weeks. I used to like him, and you could tell he was going to lose the match because go back and watch this. During his entrance, he always gives away one of the little cobra things, and he saves one for later. But during his entrance, he gave both of them away, which meant he wasn't going to do the cobra in his match because he was going to lose. So they need to pay attention to stuff like that. Because if he carries 2 of them, he gives one to the audience member and he keeps one for himself to use later on in the match. He gave both of them away at the beginning of the match, which means how could he have done the Cobra if he gave it away to a fan member? So when I saw that, it was kind of weird. I was thinking maybe he has a third one. Then when Antonio won, they need to watch that because if you watch as closely as I do, you would have picked up on that. I was like, hold up, that didn't seem right. Why did he get both of them away? You don't believe me? Go back and watch it. He carries 2, he gives one away, saves one later in the match. He gave both of them away at the beginning of this match, which means he wasn't going to win. Even though we all know it's scripted, but they could have hit that better. I figured that out. But you have to watch closely as I do. I pay attention to the little things, like their haircuts or if they wear new wrestling stuff. Or I pay attention to all that stuff. And there was a video backstage of Dan Bryan, and he has this new "No, No, No" shirt instead of "Yes, Yes, Yes." So, Dan Bryan, then down in WWE is making it seem like Dan Bryan is a crazy one. First they were making it seem like AJ was crazy, but now they're making it seem like Dan Bryan is the crazy one. Having him talking to psychiatrists and stuff. If you watch Raw, you know what happened. But if you didn't, check out my Raw review. And then, I don't know why I wrote this. It was actually a 6-man tag. I wrote 7-man tag. It was on Chris Jericho versus Christian and Kane on the team versus The Miz, Ziggler, and Daniel Bryan. It was a good match. It was nice to see a 6-man tag. Yeah, it was nice to see a 6-man tag. It was 6 minutes. It could have been longer. but Dane Bryan was able to pull off the win. It was a good match. I wish it was longer though. It was kind of too short. And then after that, like I said, Ryan won for his team of Ziggler and The Miz. I thought Jericho, Christian, and Kane would have won, but they didn't. And then there was a video backstage of Randy Orton backstage. Randy Orton returned on Raw last Monday. Check out my Raw review if you missed it. It's good that Randy Orton is back. I think with Randy Orton and Sin Cara on SmackDown, SmackDown will start to bloom now. By bloom, dude, I keep hearing stuff. I don't know if it's. It leaves 2:16 in the morning. $2:16 in the morning. Maybe my voice is echoing. I don't know. I keep hearing stuff. I hear like people talking and nobody's woke. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the crazy one. But it's good to have Randy Orton back. With him and Sin Cara, SmackDown can be really good. And Brodus Clay. And then Jinder Mahal versus Ryback. That was the next match. I just wondered why Jinder Mahal is still under contract. I still don't know that. Mahal, JTG, Drew McIntyre, Heath Slater, get rid of all of them. Like, really, I mean, get rid of superstars. We don't need that. Just focus on SmackDown and Raw. I mean, I don't like to see people unemployed, but if you don't have the talent, then you don't deserve to be there. But I know I talk bad about Jinder Mahal every week, but every week I talk bad about him, he gets better. Because he went against Ryback, and he was impressive. He lasted longer than most people do. Jinder Mahal has been impressive. He really has. I don't know. Maybe he's got tired of losing. Maybe he got tired of being on superstars. But Jinder Mahal has been good for the past couple of weeks. Especially against Ryback, who's like a beast. He's been impressive, though. I just wish Ryback would face real opponents. I mean, they stopped picking guys out off the streets and hometown heroes and people out the audience to face Ryback. But what is he going to face? He is facing WWE superstars, but what is he going to face like Sheamus, Randy Orton, The Big Show, Brodus Clay, Lord Tensai? Ryback deserves real opponents. He is facing WWE superstars, but not little guys that he can kill in 2 minutes. Go against Randy Orton or The Big Show or CM Punk or John Cena. You know? But the match actually ended in a disqualification because Jinder Mahal took the microphone and hit it against Ryback. Which I didn't see the point of that because Jinder Mahal had the upper hand for some of the match. He didn't really need the microphone, but I guess he didn't. I guess he saw that Ryback was having a comeback and he didn't want nothing to do with that. And then they were trying to promote WWE merchandise. The same thing happened on TNA. Proud Time was backstage. They had all these little Jimmy shirts and all these shirts lined up backstage, trying to get us to buy them. And they trying to say, where's the Proud Time shirts? They basically did that so we could buy the shirts. They want us to buy their merchandise. TNA did the same thing. Check out my TNA review. They trying to get us to buy the merchandise, the DVDs, the championship belts, the action figures, everything. I don't buy any of it. Well, I buy the DVDs, but I don't buy when they first come out. I wait till like a month. And when they first come out, they're like $60. I mean, it's crazy. I don't need a DVD that bad. If you wait like a month or two, it'll be like $20. So I don't ever buy stuff when it first comes out. Just wait a little bit till the price goes down. So prime time, it was really Darren Young versus Truth. And Darren Young was able to pull off the win. Um, I really don't like Primetime that much. I think it's because they too cocky. Cockiness isn't bad, I guess, but they're too cocky. I just don't like them. Like before, I used to like them, and I say, yeah, they could be the next tag team champions. But now I don't like them as much. I don't know. Like before, I used to really like them, but now I just don't like them as much as I used to. I don't. This has been a long SmackDown review. Not as long as my longest review ever was 45 minutes. And then for the main event, Randy Orton versus Alberto Del Rio. It was only 8 minutes long. Del Rio came out in a 1953 Rolls Royce Silverback, was black and red. It was a good, I mean, like I said on my Raw review, check out my Raw review on my channel. Randy Orton looks good. Watching his matches, you can't tell he's been gone for 2 months. He's still in a good shape. He still has it. He hasn't missed a beat. It's good to see Randy Orton back in action. And I want to say last Raw was the best RKO I've seen in a while, in 2 months. So, Randy Orton is making a good comeback. Hopefully he can be the next Raw Heavyweight Champion. I'd love to see that. Because then I get to go to a WWE live event and see Randy Orton at the end of the show. When they go around, if you've ever been to a WWE live show, at least from my knowledge, whoever is the World Heavyweight Champion, he goes around, and if you're in the front audience, they shake your hand. So if you go around, they go around the front, the whole front, just the front row, and they shake your hand. So hopefully, they come back to where I live, and he's the champion, and I'll get to shake Randy Orton's hand. I've been there 2 times. The first time I was the first time I went was Jeff Hardy was the World Heavyweight Champion. That was 3 years ago. And then the last time I went was when Randy Orton was the champion, but I was in the third row. I didn't get to shake his hand, but I was there though. So hopefully, I'll be able to get in the front row, and he'll be the champion. I'll get to meet Randy Orton, so that'd be nice. But it was a good match. Randy Orton defeated Del Rio with the RKO. Del Rio has been good though. Even though he lost this match, Del Rio has been improving on his skills. He's a good wrestler though. Sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't, but he's good. He's a good wrestler. You can't deny that. Del Rio is a good competitor in the ring. And next week, Booker T set up this match. It'll be Cody Rhodes versus Sin Cara. So Sin Cara will finally be back on SmackDown. Has been on SmackDown for like 3 weeks. I don't know what was up with that. He may be on this Monday Night Raw. But how Randy Orton won the match versus Del Rio. Del Rio actually got out the ring. He's running up the ramp. Sheamus comes running down the ramp, throws Del Rio in the ring, and Randy Orton gets him the RKO right there in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. He wins the match. This is a good SmackDown, and I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. I took 2.5 off. Well, I don't know how you would break it down. The 5.5. Half of it was because there was no Sin Cara, half of it was because there was no Brothers Clay. But I gave it a 9.5, which is probably the highest SmackDown review. Highest I'll give it SmackDown in a while. It's good to see Booker T's Raw General Manager. I mean, as SmackDown General Manager. Forgive me, it's late. It's 2:26 a.m., so forgive me. But It's good. Booker he did a good job. So hopefully he continue to do the good job and SmackDown will continue to be good. I don't think SmackDown is my favorite show because it was the first show I ever watched. But I can't deny Raw is the better show, and it's only because it's live. If SmackDown was live, SmackDown would give Raw good competition. But no matter who's the general manager, I think Raw is always going to be better because it's 3 hours and it's live. SmackDown is pre-taped. So, but SmackDown is still my favorite show, no matter what. But Raw is kind of better. But Booker T being general manager could probably bring SmackDown up to Raw's level. It really could. So we have to see what Booker T does next week. But if this week was pretty good, this SmackDown is pretty good. So next week should be even better. So that's my SmackDown review for, that was the 3rd, August 3rd, 2012. If you like this video, you can like it. If you dislike the video, you can dislike it. Leave your comments. If they require a response, you will get a response from me within 24 hours. Make sure you check out my channel. Make sure you check out my Raw review, my Superstars review, my TNA review, and I'm doing a Raw predictions video also today, and on Tuesday I'll do my Raw review, and Thursday I'll do my Superstars review, and next Friday I'll do SmackDown and TNA, and then during the weekend I'll do Raw predictions video. So that's the schedule. I don't know if it's gonna go through or not, but that's how it will work. And also I did a new video. It's called Ask Me Questions. You have to go on my channel. The title of the video is called Ask Me Questions. You can ask me anything you want. It doesn't have to be wrestling related. There's no limit. You want to ask me 100 questions, you can. But the video is called Ask Me Questions. Check out my channel. I just did the video, and I'm going to wait a week, and then I'm going to make a video responding to your questions. So it doesn't have to be wrestling related. It can be about life, anything you want. There's no limit. The video is called Ask Me Questions. It's a new video that I just did. Ask me your questions, and I will make a new video answering all of your questions. So we'll see how long that goes on. But make sure you check out all my videos on my channel, and make sure you subscribe.